All right, let's go. All right, what's going on, everybody? Here we go. Sorry, a little bit of a late start here, but we're live here for the pregame show of Day 3 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs here live on Chirp City Media TV on YouTube. Same group as always. The main guys are here. We got myself. We got Jar Jar baby. He's up there, looking good, looking handsome. We got Just Vallow baby. He's here, and Willie Winoots. Will Benny is live with us as well. So we got the crew here. We're ready to talk about some hockey. Real quickly, we'll just brush over because we got a late start. So we'll just brush over last night. I don't have too much to say. As a loser Devil fan last night, it was a tough night. But we got a young team. It was the first game of the playoffs. So not a lot of guys had playoff experience. There were times where we looked really good, and then times where we couldn't figure it out. Take some bad penalties. Miles Wood, a guaranteed fucking penalty taker. He's an absolute asshole, and he did exactly what we expected him to do. So, it was a tough look last night, but I think we'll come out better game 2. So we'll see how it goes. I know John over there is very happy as a Ranger fan.
Very
with last night. So, but one thing I will say, just saying, Patrick Kane was absolutely invisible on the ice. That his whole line was invisible. That's just pure fact. Even the Ranger fans were saying it. So
yeah, he was.
That's just saying that. The biggest one that I wanted to get to, which was probably a shock to everybody, the Leafs and the Lightning. Lightning won 7-3 last night. An absolute disgraceful showing. Absolutely disgraceful showing from Toronto. What a joke. What an absolute, disaster fest for Toronto. Just look terrible all around, turning the puck over, not winning battles. They just look like such a disgrace. We'll throw it over to one of you guys if you guys want to chime in here on the Leafs. Just the fan base is booing them off the ice in the first period. Just utter disappointment for Leaf fans. So what do you got here, Willis, on last night's Toronto Lightning game?
So I was actually really shocked. I was watching that game over the Devils Rangers for the first period, and because I think the Devils Rangers went to the intermission. I watched the whole first period pretty closely, and dude, that Kucherov snipe with 3 seconds left, I was like, that's that kills you, bro. When you leave up with 3 seconds to go down 3-0, I was like, right there, they lost, and then they let Toronto come back, make it 3-2. The place is going nuts, and as soon as that happens, they let up a bad penalty. I think that was the 5-minute major. That was a weird.
Michael Bunting.
Yeah, Bunting, who actually, breaking news, just revealed 3-game suspension. He will not be available to play until at least Game 6 of the series. So Michael Bunting is out until at least Game 6.
A big loss.
Could Bunting cause the loss of the series now?
I think a lot of things could cause the loss. I mean, you got to think they bring in Nick Robertson. I mean, I don't know why he wasn't starting in the lineup to begin with, at least on the third line. Nick Robertson had a pretty decent year, brother of Jason Robertson, obviously, which we'll get to when we talk Dallas, Minnesota in a little bit. But I think Nick Robertson's got to draw into the lineup here, obviously, with Bunting out. And I'd honestly throw him right up there with Matthews and let him play with Matthews and Marner, get a little young talent in there and try to mix it up. You got to do something. You got to change up something for Game 2.
Here's my question. I want to know your boys' opinion on, it all happened so fast in hockey. Do you think he even meant to hit the guy's head? I don't know if, a 5-minute major was appropriate there. I don't know if a 3-game suspension is appropriate. There's been a lot of hits to the head in the past that have been looking very
I'll throw it over to Matty for this one real quick because he was really fired up about it when it first happened, and he was talking about it a little bit today, actually, when we woke up. We were eating this morning, and he was talking about it. So I'll throw it over to Matty first on his take.
Yeah, I mean, I think the initial call was right. I think the 5 minutes in the box is a fine call for that. I think the ejection that came 2 minutes later, bullshit. Like you said, it doesn't totally look intentional. It looks like he went for a hit, and his elbow came up and hit it. So I think 5 minute in the box, return to play would have been a good call, which was the original call. I think the challenge and the review that led to the ejection is bullshit. I don't think he should have been ejected.
I was a little surprised on that.
Yeah,
I honestly don't have any words on it because I didn't see the whole play. I haven't even seen a clip of it yet.
yeah. I'm actually gonna throw a clip on right now on the stream just to show people what exactly happened. But honestly, when I saw it, like when I saw it live, I didn't like really. I was pretty shocked. Here, we'll throw it up right here.
Bro, it gave me the vibes that happened to what's it, the Golden Knights that year against the Sharks. It gave me the same vibe. It was
I
the same
remember
Right
spot.
here is the hit right here. He
That
throws the elbow right into the
penalty
head.
let up like 3 goals, didn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Al. It gave me the same vibes when I saw that last night because the way you could tell was the same spot on the ice, 5-minute major. Like those calls, just totally.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Shout out
Major
Sportsnet for the
entire
video.
game here.
So I'm sure that we'll show the replay here because he's down. So right here, here's the replay, and Bunting, like I'm watching it, and it doesn't look like he deliberately throws the elbow up. I mean, right there, he catches him right in the face. So I mean, it's tough to see exactly. I'm checking. Let's see what this angle shows. I mean, he does. He like throws the chicken wing up, where you kind of see the chicken wing go up and get him in the chin. But I mean, I don't think he deliberately. I think he was trying to get his body in front of Chernak there, who was coming in for the puck. But you could tell Chernak obviously was injured on the play, and then it was a clear direct contact hit to the head, so it does look bad.
Games,
So.
I don't know, man. Like
3-game sussy for a first time offender is a tough look, I think.
Yeah.
I think for a first, especially it's not somebody who repeatedly gets tossed out of games and causes problems over and over again. This is a first time offense, I believe. I could be wrong. He could have had one more incident, but for the most part, he's a first time offender. I thought the 3-game sussy was a little wild.
I just think they got to get a little more consistent with their suspension giving and like the penalties. I know it's impossible because they're all different refs, but like Matt said, you can't just throw the guy in the box for 5 minutes and then challenge it and then give him an ejection and then suspend him for 3 games. I just feel like that's too much.
Right.
It just
Yeah,
kept going. They just kept piling it on this guy.
Yeah.
And that lost them the game. I'm pretty sure they scored on that.
They did. Yeah, they did score. Yeah, I think they scored twice. I mean, that was something we talked to the post game last night. I mean, the penalties were a bit of a storyline in that game last night. I mean, we talked team stats. I mean, the Lightning went 4 for 8 on the power play. Yeah, when you have a lethal power play like that going 50%, it's tough. Like you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win.
You can't get put in the box.
That was the same with the Rangers game and the Devils because we were in the box 4 times and you guys didn't score, but you guys were in the box.
Yeah,
3
you
times.
guys went 2. You went 2 for 3 on the power play last night, and we went 0 for 4. The Devils power play was terrible last night. It was terrible, but like I said, I think they'll get better as the series goes on. But for the Leafs, I mean, you gave that team is. It's not like that team is dog water like that. They still have Kucherov, they still have Point, they still have Stamkos, they have Hedman, they have guys that could score and make plays on that power play. So you can't, they go 4 for 8 on the power play, 7-3 final, tough look. The Toronto fans not happy, booing the team off the ice, just absolutely livid. So let me tell you, must win, I believe, for the Leafs game 2. They have to come out. They have to win. There's no losing a second game on home ice. Let me tell you, if they lose on home ice, I'm gonna copy what they were saying on Sportsnet. I watched a little Sportsnet this morning in Toronto. If they lose in game 2 tomorrow night in Toronto, they should just go to Tampa and not come back. They should just stay down there. That city may burn down to the ground with all those All-Stars losing it out like that. The Sportsnet people were just like, you stink. So Leaf fans
swept by the Lightning. Like I know it was just game 1, but imagine what happens if they get swept. I'm not saying that's going to be a possibility.
If they lose home game 2, there's a high chance they get swept. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're in big trouble.
Tomorrow night, they're in a sweep. Sweep potential.
Bro, that fan base is just in shambles, and then to get swept after you have
first round again.
Yeah.
That would be really.
We'll see what happens game 2. I think it's a must win for Toronto, but we'll see what happens. Jets and Golden Knights. Hey, listen, we talked about it in the pregame show. If the Jets stars can figure it out and put it together, the Jets are going to make this series competitive. And what happened? Three stars getting on the scoreboard. Wheeler, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Kyle Connor getting on the scoreboard, making it happen. Scheifele with an assist. 5-1 Jets in Game 1. Unbelievable play by the Jets. They looked like they were really dominating the Golden Knights at times. And I talked about it also a little bit last night. You have your main stars who are playing 21 minutes a night for the Golden Knights, -3. You know, you're a -3. You're becoming a liability out there. Stevenson, Eichel, Kessel, Mark Stone, your captain, who's been out for the last, handful of games. I mean, he was long-term IR to open up some cap space. I think everybody knows he wasn't totally injured on that long-term IR. They just needed the money. And they brought in their guys, and they still 5-1. Didn't look great. Maddie, I don't know what you caught in that game. I'll send it up to you first, and let you give your thoughts.
No, I mean, like I said, I think the intensity was there. They came to play, and I think my biggest story from that game is just the getting 75 stitches in your face.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for real. Oh man, what was that guy? Hold on, I gotta get that guy's name.
Morgan, I think.
I gotta give him a shout out. Morgan Barron gets 75 stitches in the face. Gets stitched up I think it was in the second period. Gets stitched up, comes back, plays his next shift. Unbelievable. 75 stitches right across the eye, right along the eyebrow and down the side of the face. Unreal. Comes back. It was a very physical game. I mean, you look, a quick math here. I think 116 total hits. Unreal physicality.
That's hockey right there. You love to see it. I was not expecting that to be a good series. I thought the Golden Knights would dominate against the Jets, but the Jets looked phenomenal last night. Like, I love seeing team come out like
17 shots?
No, 117 hits.
No, I'm saying 17 shots.
17 shots for the Knights, yeah. Unreal.
That's insane.
Unreal, only 17 shots for the Knights.
Great.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see it. Like I said, I'm excited for that. Like, that's my most excited I am for any Game 3 is that whiteout in Winnipeg. So for them to take Game 1, if they could go up 2-0 in that series, bro, that's going to make Game 3 of that series even better. The fans are going to be insane.
I agree 100%. So it'll be interesting to see what happens Game 3, 5-1 to final score from Game 1 in Vegas. And then finally, the one that we all pretty much guaranteed a sweep for, 3-1 Kraken win in their first ever playoff game. At times they looked like they were running show against the defending champs, moving the puck, looked young, looked promising. I mean, we'll throw it over to you, Willis, first for this take. I mean, I know I was shocked, but the Kraken brought it, man. They brought it to the defending champs, made them work. Out hit them 40-29. They did get outshot, but at times it looked like they were just running in the offensive zone. So Seattle 3-1, take Game 1. What do you think, Willis?
So I'm gonna give a quick shout out to my boy Chrissy D, Mr. Squishy Delise the 13th. He's been saying it since the beginning of like December for as long as I can remember that Seattle's on the map and they look dangerous. And I've always been saying like I don't know, dude. It's like they got good chemistry, but they don't really have that superstar. And
they don't have anyone. They don't have anyone like top tier.
Yeah, I mean, Matty Beniers will win Rookie of the Year this year. He will be their top star. I think he's growing. He'll get there. Eventually, he will be the superstar on that team because he's unbelievable. He's an unbelievable player. But yeah, I agree. As of right now, currently today, they don't have like a splash name that's like, oh my God, they have, so and so. So
I love watching them because I didn't watch them too much during the regular season. They're a new team. Like, I'm not really interested in anybody on the team.
Right.
With the couple games I caught, even when they smoked the Penguins, like, they're a good-looking team out there. The thing with them that I notice is, like, they love playing with each other. There's nobody where, like, you never see the whistles blow and the players are, like, their body language is always good. It's not ever, like, dog shit. Like, some of these teams, you could tell, like, they may get frustrated with each other or like, all right, I'm doing my part, but you're not doing your part. Like everybody on a team from like first to fourth line, it feels like kind of how the Bruins feel this year. Everybody's just doing their part. So, I mean, I think that's what makes them good. And I didn't think they'd be able to look like that against the Avalanche, but they did. So,
hey, but we were all saying the same thing with Vegas in 2017. So who knows? who knows? They could make another historic run. You never,
You never know.
I guess, right? I mean, I remember when Vegas, nobody really knew who William Karlsson was. And Jonathan Marsh or so. Like, those guys were kind of second, third line guys that people didn't give too much attention to, and they figured out a way to make a big run. So, who knows? I mean, Seattle could make a push here. John or Matt, did you guys see anything that you wanted to talk about from that game?
11
no,
unanswered hits.
I'm just
all I gotta
completely
say.
like surprised that the Kraken pulled that out. I did not expect that at all.
What'd you say there, Matt? What'd you think?
Just 11 unanswered hits.
11 unanswered hits. Finishing checks. I mean, I thought that was something that the Devils really needed to do last night, too, is finish hits. The Rangers were finishing hits, blocking shots, and the Devils didn't. And it's clear that the Kraken were doing that as well, where they were finishing hits, getting in front of shots, making Colorado work. So that'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think Colorado will come back out and take game 2. I don't think, we're talking anything crazy here. But, hey, I mean, 1-1 going back to Seattle, who knows? Things could be different once that happens. So we'll see if it happens going back to Seattle for game 3. Any final thoughts on that series, boys?
I just that was my least interested, or I was the least interested in that series before it started out of all 8 or all 8 series. But after last night, I'm now excited for game 2. I want to see Seattle upset.
Yeah, I would love to see Colorado taken out by Seattle.
That would
That'd
be
a crazy upset.
All right, so we'll jump into tonight's games real quick because we have the Islanders and the Hurricanes starting just a few minutes here. So let's get right to it. Islanders game 2 against the Hurricanes in Raleigh, North Carolina. Huge game here. We've said it a couple days now. The Islanders have to become more aggressive. They can't, keep back and sit back and lay down here. They got to, try to push the pressure, push the tempo. We'll start with you. We'll start with you, Willis. What do you think here? What do you got to see from the Islanders in game 2 if they want to even up the series?
They got to come out and put some offense on the Hurricanes right off the bat. They can't hold back. Last game they took a penalty in the first 3 minutes of the game. You can't do that against the Hurricanes at home. Game 1 of the playoffs. And then Aho puts one in the back, and then off a one-timer right there. That place was booming. That's how the Islanders have to come out tonight. Is they have to come out faster, more offense. They can't just rely on that defense the whole game and then make a surge in the last 5 minutes. They do that every game. It's not going to work against the Hurricanes. Yeah. Sorokin can't stand on his head every single game of the playoffs. That's not how they're going to win the cup. They need some offense some of these games.
Right, yeah, the offense definitely needs to turn it on. What did you see in game 1, Matt, that you thought has to change here coming up in game 2?
They just need to be more aggressive. They need to play the body first off, and they need, like Will said, they need to put some shots on net.
Yeah, hold on, John. Jay wanted me to ask. Pause. Willie saying they love playing with each other. What did he mean by that? But Jay wants to know.
They're a really close team.
Jay, what I meant by that is the players on the Kraken taking each other's cups off and funneling each other's
each other's junks in the locker room post game shower.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do that to get tighter as a team. That's sometimes you got to grow the bond when you're trying to make a run. So.
I mean, that is how you build chemistry, is doing a lot of gay shit in the locker room.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
or is that just me?
Do that.
Maybe that was just me and my team. I don't know.
For making big runs. But yeah, I think overall, the Islanders really got to bring it here. They got to control the tempo here. They can't let the Hurricanes, dominate in the way that they wanted to go. So we'll talk game 2. Who do we got here tonight? I think I'm gonna say the Islanders take a 2-1 reverse score in game 2, tie the series up, going back to New York. What do you got, Willis? And we'll move up the ladder here.
I say the Hurricanes kill them tonight. I don't think Sorokin's gonna stand on his head every game.
Okay, so we got Hurricanes from Willis. What do you got, John?
I got the Canes again. I don't know how the score is going to be, just because both goalies are pretty fucking good and defense is good on both sides. But the Canes might blow it up, but it also could be high scoring on both sides.
Yep. Matt, what do you got here?
I got the Hurricanes.
You got the Hurricanes too? All right, so we got 3 guys for the Hurricanes. I'm going to stay with the Islanders. I say the Islanders try to tie the series up Big watch party at Borelli's. Shout out Borelli's on Long Island. All right, now second game, Panthers Bruins. That's coming up here at 7:30 on ESPN. Here we go. I mean, I think this is going to be an interesting one to watch. If I'm the Panthers, I think you build. You skated with that team. You know, you hung in there. You didn't get blown out. I think they got to come out more physical in the first period. Matt was hamming on that early. He was saying how the Bruins looked a lot more physical in the first period. They were winning battles, getting into the corners, playing physical. I think the Panthers have to match that intensity in the first. Jump out. Don't let the Bruins take the quick lead. Make them work for it. Let's see what happens. I think the Panthers really took it to them in late second period and that whole third period. We'll jump over to you. We'll have John start this one off. John, what do you think for the second game here, Panthers Bruins?
I honestly think this one's going to be a high-scoring game. I think both teams are going to be scoring a lot.
Keep in mind, Bergeron draws back into the lineup, I believe, tonight.
Really? I thought he was out.
Is he out? Hold on, let me check real quick. I want to get my.
Because Chris is a Bruins fan. He called me a little while ago, and I think he said Bergeron was out.
I could be 100% wrong. I know he was ill
That's
for the first game, so let me double check real quick.
He could definitely be wrong.
I'm checking the Bruins Twitter account right here. A live look right here for game 2. And let's see. No, okay, so he is out for tonight. He's progressing day by day. He'll be ready for game 3, but he's still feeling a little under the weather, so he's going to be a no-go again tonight. So Pavel Zacha will stay on the first line tonight for the Bruins. So that's going to be interesting. So let's see what happens. I mean, Pavel Zacha still on the first line for the Bruins there. Bergeron's still a no-go for tonight. Do you guys think that the Panthers could somehow squeeze out a win here and even up the series going back to Florida, or you think that the Bruins handily deal with them at home again tonight? What do you guys think?
I think the Panthers can do it.
I think the Panthers even it up. Maddie, what do you got here tonight with the Panthers?
I got the Panthers taking it.
You got the Panthers taking game 2?
Yeah.
Did we catch I think Lyon's starting game 2 as well, right? I think he's going to get the start. They're not going to switch it up.
I don't think so. Yeah, they got Lions starting tonight.
Yeah, Lions starting
against Olmark.
He's going. All right, good. So Lions getting another start. I thought he was pretty solid overall in game 1. You know, he let in that awful softy that just screwed him over. But other than that, I thought he was pretty solid for the most part. So I think the Panthers even it up 2 here, and get the 7-game series even at 1 apiece going back to Florida. So I've taken the Panthers here, game 2. All right, jumping over to game 2, Minnesota and Dallas. I mean, nothing better. I think that was the best game 1 of the entire NHL. Double overtime win for Minnesota. I mean, for the most part, Dallas dominated completely in the overtime. Total goaltending battle, too. Gustafsson played phenomenal. Ottinger played really well as well. So I think it's going to be another entertaining and wild game 2 in Dallas. I think Dallas, though, I think they'll squeeze it out and take the win here, and even the series up, going back up to Minnesota. We'll have you go, Willis. What do you think about this Dallas-Minnesota game 2 tonight?
I definitely think Dallas is going to take tonight because after how they looked game 1 and then still lost, this is one of those games where I think Dallas is going to come out like fired up.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what their goalie situation is. Like, did they even solidify a starting goaltender tonight?
Yeah, I think Jake Ottinger is getting the start tonight.
I'm sorry, I'm saying on the Wild.
Oh, in the Wild, I think Gustafsson is going again. Yep, Gustafsson is going again.
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, he played well, but that's one of those teams where you can easily rotate goaltenders every game. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gustafsson, the way that he kept them in that game in both overtimes, where he just totally stole that game from Dallas. I mean, shots on goal 53. I mean, he made 51 saves. So
you're right.
When he makes 51
is
saves,
still unconfirmed to be starting. Or as of right now.
As of right now, it said on Game Center that he was going, but let's see. I don't know if they have. Is that what it said on Twitter?
Not on Twitter, but on what's it called on FanDuel, it doesn't have anything on there. Usually, if the goalie's confirmed, it would have the goalie alt saves and the saves and shutout and shit for them. But it's not
I
there
know.
yet.
Gustafson did do what he had to do to get another start.
Right.
He earned it.
Well,
Definitely
I don't know. I think back to when the Penguins won the Cup in 16, and I'm referring to that because I remember it so well. They had Fleury play the first series. Or no, I'm sorry. They had I think his name was like Sunquist or something. Some like third stringer they had play the first series. Then Fleury played the second series, and then Murray came in for the third and the fourth series. Like they literally used 3 different goalies. It was because of injuries, but they had 3 solid goalies. Like who knows if they would have done that if they were all healthy. They may just stuck with Murray the whole way through. But like I feel like if you have a fresh goalie in some of these series, like it's better than overusing your goalie.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I don't see anything absolutely confirmed. I'd assume that Gustafson starts just because he made 51 saves in game 1. He's pretty hot the way that he stole that overtime win. But I mean, I wouldn't be also like out of my mind shocked if Fleury goes game 2. But I am taking the Stars game 2. I think the Stars even it up. They were honestly the better team in that especially in the second half of the game and throughout the overtimes. The Minnesota just ended up stealing that away. But I'm going to take Dallas game 2, even up the series, going back to Minnesota. What do you guys have?
Yeah, I agree. I'd say Dallas 100%.
Yep.
That's got to be the pick.
I'm thinking Dallas, but I want Minnesota to take the 2-0 lead.
What do you got, Matty?
I'm taking Dallas.
Dallas? All right, so we're riding Dallas tonight. And then finally, Kings-Oilers. I think it's not that they got their ass kicked, but I feel like the tensions are in a similar spot as in Toronto. The Oilers, they got to figure it out here. They got to beat the Kings. You blew a 2-goal lead twice. McDavid held off the score sheet. The great McDavid, 150-point year for the great McDavid, and he was held off the score sheet game 1. I expect McDavid to have a huge game tonight. I say at least a goal and two apples, maybe even 2 goals. I think he's going to light it up tonight. We'll see what happens. But, Willis, what do you got on this Kings-Oilers game?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same exact situation as Toronto. You're 100% right because those Edmonton fans, they'll start flipping cars over if they lose game 2.
I mean, they were throwing beer cans and beer cups and garbage and food all over the ice after that Kings OT win. Throwing them at Kings players, throwing them at Edmonton players. They were letting them have it. They were letting them know.
For sure. I mean, especially for McDavid, like I think he looked good. He drew that penalty from that crazy play going through 3 guys, but you gotta when you're a 150-point scorer for the first time and since like Gretzky, you gotta be producing every playoff game, or else you're just not gonna win the cup. I mean, look at Gretzky's numbers in the playoffs. He didn't slow down. Yeah. So for him to come out game 1 and not put up a single point, kind of mind blowing to me.
Oh, I agree. All right, so
yeah, I think Oilers tonight.
I think I'm riding the Oilers as well. I think the Oilers get it done at home tonight, even the series. I think they play a little better defensively too. Staying out of the box. Don't give the Kings any cheap goals. Make the Kings work for it. So we'll see. I think the Oilers even up the series tonight.
Yeah, I think McDavid's gonna have a blowout night tonight. He has to. If he doesn't, then there's gonna be a lot of talk about him.
And what do you got, Matty? Oilers or Kings tonight?
I got the Kings. I think they can get a repeat of the other night. I think they can. I think they can hold McDavid off.
At least slow him down. I mean, I don't disagree. Philip Deneau is a very good defensive player. Kopitar still got it. I was watching him the other night. He was moving the puck well, and he was playing well in his own zone. He's always been a very good defensively minded center. So I mean, it's not like it's out of the realm. I think that if they could still keep McDavid contained, they could easily take a 2-0 series lead and go back to LA. Which if they do, Edmonton's in trouble. Yeah. Edmonton is in trouble if they go down 2-0 heading back to LA.
As a casual fan this year, it's kind of weird. I've never had this feeling before when I turn on a game. Like you turn on a game to watch a specific player, which is obviously McDavid, and then when he doesn't put up, it's almost a little satisfying. Like when you see the other team win, that they're on the road, they're
Mm-hmm.
playing against this like god on the ice, and they hold him to no points, and it's kind of just like damn, in the playoffs, like anything could happen. It's almost a little satisfying, even though you turn on the game to like watch them produce.
Right.
When they don't, it's kind of like
It's always like,
I
all right,
didn't mind. I
they're
was kinda
human.
like,
They're
I wouldn't
human.
mind if the Kings won again tonight.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see what happens. We got a great night of hockey ahead of us. I'm looking forward to these games tonight. The Islanders just beginning, obviously. You guys see 0-0 in the first period. They're getting underway. I appreciate everybody who came through. I'm sorry that it was a late start. We usually start at 6. It was a late start. We had an event for the school. So me and Maddie were a little late getting onto the broadcast. But I appreciate it. Good half-hour show here, getting into the hockey games tonight. We'll see you guys for the post game this evening. I hope you all have a great night. Enjoy the hockey. We'll talk to you.
All right, sounds good.
All right, boys. We are offline.